We are gonna put faux rivets on even faux wooden panels, or wooden panels made to look like metal panels. So if you all remember, last time we were taking these plain wooden looking panels, and kind of by trial and error together, we figured out how to turn them into somewhat realistic looking rusty panels using only 3 colors and simple techniques. My goal for this was to be able to like it with a one squinty type of look, but heck, with both eyes open, this is looking pretty good. So thanks to everyone last stream and this stream, we're kind of continuing the project where you can't really have aluminum or steel looking panels without rivets. I thought that would just kind of add an extra layer of pop and hopefully not take that much long to do. I have 12 of these panels. So the idea here is to cut off these little spikes here. As you can see, the little stem goes further than the board. So we're gonna just nip these off. These are like really, really shiny and they don't look very good on this board. So I figured, let's try and age them a little bit. Maybe just rubbing it on some sandpaper. Ooh, if you compare this one with this one right here, looks older than this. Maybe something like this will blend a little bit better. So step 1 is to try and start cutting these stems off. And for that, people, safety glasses, safety glasses. Whoa, these are really dirty. I'm gonna start putting rivets all over the place. I'm gonna use my trusty shirt here. Let's see if I can do this without flinging this. And this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna call it right now. I'm gonna cut this off. This is gonna go flying, and then I'm going to step on it barefoot later. Here we go. We got this first little guy, and he's gonna go on there. Actually works really, really well. Just hammering it in like that. We might not even need the glue. If it sits in there, we might be okay. I'm gonna put in a couple more and then see if we can do some painting and get the effect such that it blends with the panel and it doesn't look like it's just kind of like an afterthought. Go. I guess it's sharpest near the base anymore. You can tell by all the rust on it, it's having a little tough of a time there. I'm gonna put these down here. I'm gonna do one more rivet and then start trying to paint them and then see what kind of disaster we come up with. But I have a lot of faith because look at this. Look at all we accomplished using simple things and not very much money. So that's awesome. All right, safety glasses. I don't want this flying at you guys. Here we go. I'm always like afraid that I'm gonna hit it and it's gonna go like flying and then I gotta do a whole other one. So ideas for painting these rivets. They look like really nice shiny buttons. And we're gonna try and avoid that. So one idea I had was to take either the black or the brown and water it down, hence the spilling water that was going on earlier with all the hammer pounding. My fine pink hammer. When girls are into like building things, people always give you gifts and they're always pink. They're always like pink power tools, pink hammers. But this one's actually pretty good. A lot of the pink stuff are just more for not daily use, and so they don't hold up as well. So that pink hammer there is pretty badass. I'm gonna start with the brown already because I don't want the panel to get too dark. You can see I totally pre-prepared for this stream. The stuff is like all right in front of me. Not. And I'm just gonna take it and get just a little bit on the brush because we're gonna do a test and see how much we need. And I'm gonna dip this in water just to kind of like create an ink and just dab it on top and see what we get, because it's nice to get kind of a translucent type of effect. It's getting a little bit better. Definitely more disguised than these two guys. Because we do have our paint a little more liquidier, I'm gonna go ahead and drag it because it could be kind of a rust that just kind of joins all of them. I'm using the brush to kind of push into the pin, like where the gap between the pin and the panel is, to kind of create that natural, like rust is forming under here. Can never get enough brown in a rust project, that is. So here I'm going a little more thick with the paint because I am totally not digging this water idea that I had. It's kind of looking like a runny poo. This version is looking a little bit better than the watery version. By dabbing it, it's actually looking like it's blending in better, and the browns are kind of seeped into that gap, which is a lot more natural to how rust would form. Now this is the part where like I ruin it. Like it's at a good state and I just gotta keep messing with it. Here I go. It's actually not bad. And that actually looks a lot more natural. So now I have the red oxide, and that's gonna give it kind of this more orange. Okay guys, this looks really, really good. All right, this is like, I think I'm getting it. This very first one right here was the one that I've been working on, so that looks a lot more natural. And I think this is the technique that I am going to stick with. Close my mouth there for a second because it would happen because it's me. That's what happens. Uh-oh. All right, I He-Man that one a little too much. All right, this one, yeah, now see, that one is like loose. So he is gonna need a little bit of glue. Nice crunch. Today's the Find My Stuff stream. And I'm just gonna put a streak as if the rust just went bleh, down like that. Where'd my nail go? And there goes my sandpaper. There it is. So I'm gonna do a couple more, and then it might be break time for me. Break. Can't touch this. Might as well make it fun, right? The pliers are like, I'm done. I'm done with these rivets. Please make it stop. Listen, pliers, you are not alone. I still got 11 more panels to do. So what do you guys think? Will I finish? Will I finish? I don't know where that went. Seeing if it's, oh, I see it. I'll be back. Down periscope. Woo. Up periscope. All right. Guys, we are done a whole side. I start a project and then I start adding on to it and I'm like, why am I doing this? I barely have any paint on my brush and I'm just, coating it like this as if basting a rack of ribs. I guess a rack of ribs would be like this. I think I'm gonna mix up the different looks, going from kind of the darker, really muddy ones to some of the cleaner, yet, dirty enough, to indicate it's seen some action. This is like the behind the scenes that planning and all that you may not see go into the final video like a lot of us do. It's like, oh no, it worked out perfectly the first time. I had it all measured out and figured out. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to take a break for the night, but I will be back on my own just to finish up as many of these panels as I can tonight. The best laid plans. We'll see how that works. And the next time you see me, hopefully, I will have 11 more of these done. I'm going to put them into my corner shelves over there, and we're gonna see if it all looks together nice. The stain looks nice, and this looks nice separately, but when you combine them, will it look like two different projects Frankenstein together. I don't know, that has happened in the past. If you see me with all new cameras, then you know that I not only burned the project, but I burned all the equipment that saw the project go down too.